Every single time we go out and we do a live stream, we ultimately get hundreds and hundreds of gaming channels, and they all tend to have common questions, such as, well, is it too late to be a gaming channel? Is the market too saturated? How can I stand out? What should I do if I love my gaming and want to build a gaming channel? So we decided today on Tube Talk to deep dive into the gaming niche, and is no one better than our very own Dan Carson, who's the gaming whisperer, as he's known in the industry. I'm not sure if he is, but he is now. And what Dan does is really understand the gaming world. And because of his vast expertise and because he's been consulting to a lot of our clients doing gaming channels, he is the ultimate man to talk to us today on Tube Talk. Dan, welcome to Tube Talk.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be here.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Gaming whisperer, by the way. That's going to be a shirt you're so going to have to get made now. Right?
Thanks for having me make new business cards.
Great. Listen, that's all we do here. So, Dan, for those who don't know, who is Dan in a tweet?
Who is Dan in a tweet? Well, I am someone who enjoys video games, someone who enjoys content creation, someone who doesn't know which he enjoys more, and, just really lucky. Lucky's the last one.
Okay, I like lucky. Lucky, you need a bit of luck every once in a while, right?
Yes.
Oh, so Dan, as I said, we do a lot of these channel audits, we do a lot of these live streams, and that we get so many gaming channels coming through saying, hey, help me out here. What do I do? And everything from Fortnite to Minecraft to games we've never even heard of. And everybody's trying to kind of get it into that industry. So I thought today I'm going to pick your brains, but I'm going to ask you slightly different questions. And the question is, what mistakes are you finding that people are making by doing a gaming channel?
When it comes to the gaming channels, there's a litany of mistakes that I made, that my friends have made, I'm sure that the big dogs have made, who are currently at tens of millions of subscribers. And as time has gone on, it's only been easier and easier to make those mistakes. So the biggest one out of the gate, I think, and the easiest one to make when you're just starting, is just doing Let's Play content. And I can't say that's like a hard stop. That's a mistake. A Let's Play is kind of what it sounds like. It's when you turn on a game and you are just playing it with your audience. A Let's Play. So I mean, maybe people have their own definition of what makes a Let's Play versus what makes a review. But I consider Let's Play content to be the kind you see where it's episodic and people just kind of pick up a game and they do a walkthrough or a Let's Play or whatever you want to call it. Basically, they're just playing it with their audience.
Okay, so we're all playing together, but essentially the audience kind of is a passive participant in this. They're listening, and you're the ones who's going through the motions. And we all do that when we game anyway. We all scream at our computers, or we scream at our gaming stations, and essentially it's just recording my reaction as I'm taking through the steps, right?
Yeah, that's a fantastic way to put it to somebody who's never seen a gameplay video before. That's kind of what you can imagine. It's the fact that people do Let's Play content and they wonder, why did nobody watch? My Let's Play is just as good as everybody else's. I spent money on a nice computer. I spent money on a nice microphone. I've been practicing in front of the mirror for weeks. I've recorded my first video. I did the best I could possibly do. My friends genuinely told me they liked it. Why did nobody find it? Why did nobody see it? And it's because, and nowadays this is more true than ever, the Let's Play market in general is saturated. You'll do a video, you'll do Minecraft, say episode 1, and you might actually get some views on that because episode 1 or part 1 is actually a pretty strong search term in gaming. I don't know how it is with other sectors of YouTube for certain things, but in gaming, people love to type the game's name and then episode 1 because they want to see where it's going to start. So you might actually get traction from an episode 1. Beyond that, though, I've been discouraging people lately from even using episode numbers because it does two things. For one, it puts you in that mode of just, okay, now I'm just going to play the game. Episode 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have 10 videos. This is great. I have over a week's worth of content now. Fantastic. But no one's searching for Minecraft episode 2, 3, 4, etc. The other thing it does is it doesn't help you craft your video from the start. I like to make a video, and the first thing I decide is the title. And I decide the title by thinking, what's the question I'm going to answer in this video? Because if you're answering a question, there's a really good chance someone's going to find the video.
Nice.
Rather than you just playing Minecraft, why should someone watch your content? Because what people seem to forget is when you're brand new, when you're first starting out, you might be the best there ever was, legitimately. But no one's going to know that because you have 0 subscribers and you haven't earned that clout yet with the community. No one's found you yet. You have to offer value. That's true in any niche on YouTube. Offering value.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I like that tip of thinking with the consumer in mind. What are they searching for?
Right. And that's so true in gaming. I think that's something that gets completely lost in the process. It just sounds so fun to record a game, and it is a lot of fun. But you know, it's more than just playing the game. It takes work, and people say play what you enjoy. The reason they say that is because that's only part of it. You know, you still need to be doing something to provide value to that community, because that's how YouTube works. It's a search engine, and people search for things they're wondering about. So what can you solve? What is your Let's Play doing that no other is doing?
Okay, so you're saying is when I'm thinking of Let's Play, not recording it for the sake of recording it is fun for episode 0 as you're getting out the gate, but have a clear purpose. What do you want to achieve in your Let's Play episodes?
Yeah,
is what I'm hearing.
Yes, and I will say one more thing. I think that it's okay to do a 10, 20, 30 episode run of a game if you've never done YouTube before and you just need practice. But I tell people that, and I tell them, I just want you to know it's 2020 and people have done that to death, and probably no one's going to see it if you're not really providing that value up front. If your Let's Plays aren't really tutorializing people on anything they're curious about, or showing someone a new trick or a tip that they've never seen before, and it's literally just game title, episode blank, I found diamonds, you know, everyone, no one's going to find that. Everyone's found diamonds before. They don't need you to tell them how to find diamonds. So I just warn people, use that time on YouTube, that beginning time, as practice, and go in knowing it's practice. Don't let the numbers discourage you, because they will be discouraging.
Oh, love that. Ignore the numbers, rather skill up, rather level up your own skills, the way that you're presenting, the way that you're talking to camera, the way that you're talking whilst playing the game. Are you engaging? Are you funny? Will people tune in? Get better and better with that. That should be your focus, rather than worried about how many views you got as you're starting out the gate. It's new. It's going to take a while to get right. And that's a beautiful, beautiful tip to kind of, for people who are thinking, I want to do it, but I'm not so sure I can. Great. Go and do it and see what happens, essentially.
Right.
Exactly. Love that idea. Okay. So tip number 1, be specific, have a purpose. If you're going to do Let's Play, understand that it's going to take a while to get a bit of traction, and bring yourself to the party. What are you bringing? Why would you be different than a bazillion other Let's Play channels that are doing similar stuff? That's what I'm hearing you say.
Yes.
Okay. So episode number 1, we're done. We now have a purpose. Now we're clear. What happens next?
Well, as far as what to do next, I always like to think of the community around a game, because something unique about gaming, I mean, I shouldn't say totally unique, because if you do product reviews on your channel, the people who are marketing that product are also trying to grow too. But that's what I'm driving at with games, especially, is game developers. That world is just as competitive as the YouTube space. People are making games and they're trying to get them seen by people. So in a sense, you can jump in that wheelhouse with them, and you guys can both grow. They can grow their game, you can grow your channel by supporting each other in that regard. So I'm going to talk about niching down a second, because that's kind of where I'm going with this. Niching down is something that a lot of people struggle with. They like to play a bunch of different games, and that's, again, just like the Let's Play thing I was talking about a minute ago. That's great when you're just first starting out. Find your game, find your niche. You know, if you like a lot of different games, see which one's kind of resonating with your audience the most. But then try and stick to that niche, at least the genre of the game, if not one game in particular. But most games, especially that have like larger developer teams behind them, have large communities that are full of fans of the game. And a lot of them have a space for people to share their creations, including screenshots and videos and live streams and what have you. So if you can ingratiate yourself into that community of people who already love this thing that you love, you're now more a part of it than just it goes beyond YouTube. It's not just about making a YouTube video anymore. Now it's about being in a niche community of people. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, that game developer's already niched down. You know, they're going to release updates for the game, and you don't have to think about that part. You just cover it.
Well, the nice thing is it's a built-in audience, right?
Yeah.
It's people who, just like you, they love the game so much that they're willing to share their tips. They're willing to share their content, their screen grabs. Maybe it's a little repeated GIF or GIF. I still say GIF, but you know, that's what it is within the built-in audience, and it's so good for you to tap into that. So I love the idea of using your community, also hearing what kind of questions they have, where they stuck, where do people need the most help. Those are beautiful, beautiful titles for you to jump in on and solve people's problems. So especially when you're kind of wondering, should I do a Let's Play or maybe a different spin on a gaming channel? Isn't this an amazing place for you to get all your next video ideas?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've played games before, indie games that have a lot of potential and a strong niche. I've joined their Discords with hundreds of people in them and thought, okay, cool. And I've just kind of lurked in chat and watched, you know, stuff pass by, like, look at this thing I made, or look at this trick I found. And what I've done is I've made a video about that person's post, and I'm always careful to credit that person in the video. I say, hey, I was in the blank Discord, and I saw this thing that so-and-so built, and I thought I'd show you how it works because I just wanted to draw attention to it. This is so cool. Wow, good job, so-and-so. That all goes back and feeds into a community. And you'll rarely find somebody who gets upset with you for stealing their idea because you've given them credit. You found this on the Discord that they publicly posted to everybody.
Right, absolutely. Okay, Dan, one of the big questions that we get asked all the time, and I mean, you can attest to this as well. People say, look, I love more than one game. Maybe I'm a specialist in the one, but I also really enjoy playing another game or perhaps even a third game. What do I do on my channel? I don't want to be doing just one thing. And in mind of niching down, how do we help someone who loves to do multiple things?
It's tough because everyone, and myself included, loves more than one game. I mean, as someone who loves video games, you tend to love games plural. So, and you feel like I could bring something to all these different games I own. And I always try to tell people, like, if you're going to swap games, and most gaming channels will, you just want to stay in the same kind of lane. You want to stay in the same genre, because if you go from Minecraft, which is a survival building crafting experience, to Halo, which is a first-person shooter experience, and there is some fun little crossovers you could do. Microsoft even has little fun Halo skins and stuff you can get for Minecraft. All that aside, eventually, you're going to have an audience that likes first-person shooters, and you're going to have an audience that likes Minecraft. And that's going to slow down your content because now you're trying to cater to two different audiences all the time. And there's this tug-of-war with them. There's a tug-of-war internally with you as a creator. And it's kind of, I like to think of it like this. If you have a DIY channel and you fix cars, but you also renovate homes as your day job, you are probably really good at both of those things. And you probably would love to make content if you had time to do something like that on both of those subjects.
Right.
But how will you manage that? That's two totally different worlds of people. Fixing a house is nothing like fixing a car, other than the fact that you're a very impressive human who's handy in either case. So you could certainly try. You would be very busy, and you would struggle with getting your search down because now your channel is about two totally different things. And
yes,
you're building these two different audiences, and even YouTube is like, where's this guy going? You know, their algorithm appreciates it when you niche down as much as you can.
Yeah, and don't forget, the audience also needs to have that stability. You know, if you're coming here for one type of content, that's the content I want to get. I don't want to get lots of different stuff because that's not what I'm here. I'm here because you're a specialist at Minecraft. You're a specialist at fixing your car. You're a specialist at the DIY, but you're a specialist in that, and that's why I'm here. If you're a specialist at DIY and all of a sudden you start doing photography tips, that gets weird now. right? If you continuously go and jump across different channels or different genres, what we used to call a variety channel, then you'll still grow. It's just going to be much slower. So I guess what you're saying is pick your love that you love the most, stick with it, and perhaps at a certain time either transition the channel to another game or create a secondary channel, perhaps, which is not advisable for everyone, but create a secondary channel and perhaps take some of that audience over into that channel who perhaps love you and then are willing to follow you into something else.
Yeah. I want to add another example too. Think about it this way. Let's say you're out in a public place and you witness something crazy, like an explosion, right? And you film it. You get it on camera, like this thing's on fire, it's going to blow. You pull out your camera, you film it, kaboom. Goes viral. 2 million, 3 million, 4 million views. And you had the foresight to make sure to include a little subscription, like call to action in that video. And people subscribe to your channel. You've just made a channel about things that explode or things that kind of happen in the world that are crazy. If you turn around and you have, 1 million subscribers on that channel, whatever it may be, and you start vlogging and things like that, that audience is going to be like, I'll wait till the next explosion video.
Right. And so the message it sends to YouTube as well is, hey, beautiful channel, million subscribers, 6 people watch your content. Maybe your content isn't good. That's the message YouTube is going to be picking up because that's what the number indicate. Another reason is, by the way, why sub for sub never, ever works. Right. I like to throw that in at every opportunity I get just to kind of get that point home. Okay, so we have a clear purpose. We know what we're doing. We are willing to niche down, sometimes reluctantly, but we're willing to take that next step. What other mistake are you seeing in the gaming world?
Well, and this is one that it just really depends on your lifestyle, but I see time and time again a confusion and some chaos when it comes to managing a content schedule. There's, especially in gaming, I guess this started a few years ago, and I don't think it's as true these days, but there was a time where, especially in gaming, we all believed we needed to upload daily videos. Like 7 days a week, we need to have at least one video going out every single day. Mm-hmm. And maybe at a time that was a thing, but now people are burning themselves out very quickly. They start a brand new channel and they're like, okay, here I go. Daily gaming videos, take one. And they just do, and they make that first mistake too of just episodic Let's Play content, because then now they've run out of steam. Now they have given themselves no time to research what people are asking about the game, no time to answer any questions. I, especially with a new channel, would love to discourage anyone from doing that. I think it should be about very handcrafted quality videos. Quantity isn't going to do it anymore. People are using YouTube as a search engine, and they're not searching for just a person playing daily games, like just playing them. There's no value there. You're not answering any questions.
And the world has changed. And I think that's one thing that you and I are seeing quite a lot of, is people are doing what they used to do 2, 3, 4 years ago, expecting kind of different results that's going to blow up now. Well, the world has changed. YouTube has changed. And it's no longer about making masses and masses amount of content, hoping for the best. It's about search. It's about intent. It's about giving data to YouTube so you get into those home feeds, those browser feeds, those suggested, because you're now adding real value, as opposed to, I have to commit 365 days of the year to making content. That is not a world that we live in anymore, and YouTube doesn't work that way anymore. So it's one of those things that's a great tip, bearing in mind the content schedule so you don't burn yourself out. And who wants to go into something, committing something for the rest of the year? And in fact, for the next 10 years, you're not going to be able to keep that up. So give yourself the best opportunity by doing that research. So again, Dan kind of made a really good point there of understanding the viewer. What are they searching for? Can you provide value? That takes time to research, as opposed to, let me do another episode on my unrealistic journey here. Okay, but these are hardcore kind of some reality checks, and I appreciate that people might get a little bit upset about this, but that's just what it is. It's the nature of the beast, and that's what we're seeing, and we're here to help you not make those mistakes. So don't shoot the messenger.
We're all about growth here, right? I mean, that's what we do. People ask us, how can I grow? And so when I give this advice, I sometimes see pushback of like, well, that's not as fun. I want to have fun. I'm like, I want to have fun too, and I do have fun. But there's a balance. Work is still work. You can have a job that you absolutely love, but you're still going to have to work. You have to show up and actually do work sometimes. And that's a YouTube channel becomes a business given enough time. So yes, it's going to take work. It can't be 110% fun. You can play your game, but you need to edit the video. You can't just put it all out there, a 50 minute video with no metadata at all, no thumbnail, and expect people to find it. It takes work.
So speaking of taking work and doing some research, are you finding that people are choosing the wrong game, maybe the wrong genre? Maybe they love something that only 6 other people in the world love, and therefore that perhaps is holding them back? What do you think about those?
And that's another rough one, isn't it? It's how do you tell somebody, hey, you know your favorite game, you know Minecraft? Yeah, do you realize it's been around a decade? Like, did you consider the age of Minecraft? Because for 10 years now, or more, I guess, Minecraft has been recorded by countless YouTubers and live streamed by countless live streamers. And to this day, it's very popular. That's great for Minecraft. But how does that relate to you and your brand new YouTube channel covering a game that's a decade old? I hate to say this, and again, another reality check might be that Minecraft is overdone to a point where you can have a channel about it, and it might be still a lot of fun to make videos with your friends and have them watch. But at the end of the day, you better be doing something that nobody's seen before, or covering something that has not been covered before. And Minecraft might still be an option if you're deep in the mod community. If you're taking community-made things and covering those, I've seen success with that. And I'm not even somebody who covers a lot of Minecraft these days. So it's possible still. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it'd be a lot more. I think you would expedite the process of growing your channel by playing a game that may be in the same kind of breadth as Minecraft, but not Minecraft, and one that's new and one that is thirsty to grow just as much as you're thirsty to grow your YouTube channel.
Okay, so be realistic is basically what you're saying. I love the idea of considering the age of the game, because that isn't something I would have thought. It will be more of, oh, I really love this game. Why not? If I love it, other people love it. And that's true. Many people love Minecraft, but it's been around for a while. Yeah. So much so that even a lot of the big Minecraft channels are actually pivoting away or trying to find it more about 3 or 4 or 5 different people doing a let's play, but it's less about Minecraft. It's more about the engagement between the people. So be realistic is okay. That's great. By the way, it's great also for other channels, not just gaming. Understand going there eyes wide open. Know what you're getting into. What's the community like? If they're super active, could you leverage that? Or maybe perhaps it's the last time a Discord message was sent was 6 months ago. Kind of gives you an idea of when you're doing your research. So Dan, you keep going back to research, and I think that's pretty vital. Last tip as we're ending off, because this is, I think, a lot for people to take in. So some people are going to be having to have a hard reality check, unfortunately, but it's good because it means that they could focus and do stuff that works. When we're done, it's all said and done, we've got our focus, we have niched down, we've got a good game, good content schedule. Final tip for us, what would that be?
If you've done all those things, you now want to spend time on your thumbnail. Obviously, I'll never stop harping on thumbnails, because if you make a video that the title and the description and everything gets it found in search, but the thumbnail isn't clickable, people are just visual creatures. We want to see something that is going to make us click, something interesting and unique. Take the time to learn how to construct a proper image, a thumbnail, and whether it's Photoshop or one of the free services, one of the dozens of free services out there for crafting up a photo, just learn how to do that, because you're going to notice a huge change in your progress on growing on YouTube when your thumbnails are actually clickable. In addition to that, make sure you've done that research in your title, your description, and your tags. Everything's all hunky-dory. Once the video's up, once things are underway, and you're on to making your next one, I would just say that the time you spend outside of YouTube, you can still be working on your channel by not making a video, by just playing your game, getting to know it, and getting to know the community around it. This is tying up everything we've basically talked about thus far. But go back to that community and continue engaging with them, because if you become a presence in that space, somebody that not only are you the person that they're used to watching on YouTube, but now you're here with them talking about the game and discussing things you love about it and that you've found, and picking up on things that they've found, it's going to become a situation where even the developer is going to start hitting you up and saying, hey, I got this new update. It's happened where developers will sometimes let people in on the update process before anybody else. And now you have an insider kind of look at, the next thing that's coming up, and you get to cover it first. You build your relationship with the community and include the developers in that, because a lot of game developers look for people who are covering their game and who are doing it well.
Well, because it's exposure for them. It's
Right.
giving them an outlet. The best advertising when somebody else says how good your stuff is. And
Right.
essentially you're giving them all that in spades. And by the way, a cool little trick here as well. If you go after the very, very popular games, they've got millions of people covering them. What about the up and comers? What about the
Right.
indie gamers? What about those guys who really have got amazing content, but not the budget of these big development companies? Find those games, and maybe you're their go-to person. Maybe you're the ones who get in on very early beta access or even alpha, where you get some say in what's going on, and maybe it's under embargo, but when the game launches, you're ready to kind of attack that market with so much content. And that helps you, and it helps them, and the competition is much less. If you bring yourself to the party, well, your gaming channel really can actually grow, and grow well.
I'll tell you this before we wrap up. One of my best friends right now in my life is a game developer, and I started covering their game as a tiny little baby YouTuber. And I started playing their game. It was the first thing that really took off on my channel, which was a Minecraft channel. They're my best friend now. They're one of my best friends. They're like just a huge part of my life now, because I've built that much of a relationship with them as time has gone on. It's so important to build those relationships.
Well, relationships and communities is basically what YouTube is about. Don't forget, people don't realize that YouTube is actually a social network. You can comment, you can like, you can share. The definition of a social network, right? And we tend to forget that. But remember, you have a voice, you have a community, you have people that love your stuff. And whether it's 100 or 10,000, we all want those big numbers. Remember, each view is a person, each subscriber is an individual. If I always use this example when people say, I only have 200 subscribers, I say, cool. If 200 people are coming for dinner, is that a little bit or is that a lot? Well, that's a lot of people. Therefore, never underestimate your own community and what you bring. Taking Dan's tips into here, doing those research, niching down, really understanding what the community wants and delivering them are great ways to get you onto that road to success. But Dan keeps on harping on the word research. Do your homework, because when you do your homework, you just add one step further. You would never just open a random business in a random location hoping for the best. You would research the heck out of that environment to make sure you're a good fit. And if you are a good fit, then things start to happen. And with these tips, you should be well on your way. So Dan, I won't take up any more of your time. You've got lots of stuff to do, lots of editing to do, lots of content to produce, but really appreciate you kind of diving into something that is up your alley, very much your niche, very much something that you love, and our community loves you for doing this because, hey, gaming channels are all the rage and people want those. But the information you give is real, like you've shared with us. So again, thank you very much for your time. And where can people catch you? On which stream do you do on vidIQ?
Yeah, so you'll find me making videos at vidIQ. I've been focusing on gaming. Over time, I may just use gaming as a humble example. But you'll find me on the channel audit streams, just all around at vidIQ, doing all manner of content-y things.
Stuff, bunches and things. And for the rest of you still listening, thank you very much for hanging out with us on this episode of Tube Talk. And you know a good gamer in your life that's perhaps struggling creating that gaming channel, feel free to share this episode with them. Let them be on the right path. Let it kind of do that research, get your channel focused so that you can rock your gaming world. This is what we're all about. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you liked it. Share it with your friends. Give us a review on the podcast applications of your choice, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode of Tube Talk. Thanks for hanging out.